Welcome to Fairy Tale Flip Storytelling Time. We are going to be telling the story of Sedna, the sea goddess, which is a story from Inuit mythology, which is not it's not discussed as much. I'm Vanessa Y. Rogers. I have a podcast. I'm the hostess of Fabric of Folklore, and my co-host, Donnelly Fields, has a podcast on hiatus, Doorways to Learning. And every month we come together and we talk about one fairy tale or myth or legend, and we kind of turn it on its underbelly and understand its history and its context, and it's lots of fun. So we're going to be talking about Sedna, the sea goddess, this month, and I have 3 assistants. Normally you just see 2, but we have 3 assistants today. So who are you?
I'm Declan Rogers.
Who are you?
I'm Keegan Rogers.
Who are you?
I'm Evelyn Rogers.
And these are my 3 children. Normally, Keegan had been sleeping during our other storytelling time, but now he's given up naps. So let's get started. All right, so just in case people aren't familiar with who the Inuits are, the Inuits of the far north tell this myth to explain why the waters of the northeastern Pacific Ocean and Arctic Sea provide abundant food, but sometimes are dangerous. Oh, and I'm reading from this book. It's called Myths and Legends of Canada and Northern United States. So there's lots and lots of myths in this one. An Inuit girl called Sedna lived with her family in a small village. She was happy to live at home. Her father was a good hunter, and so Sedna had plenty to eat, plenty of warm furs to wear, and as she grew older, Sedna became more and more beautiful. When Sedna reached the age when most women were to be married, many men in her village asked her to be their wife, but Sedna refused them all. She didn't want to be anyone's wife. Her father was worried. He told Sedna she must marry a good husband who would take care of her, because that was the usual way of things. Sedna's father reminded her that one day he would not be there to feed and clothe her, and that she would need a husband to do those things. Even so, Sedna continued to refuse every suitor that would come and ask her to marry her. One day, though, a handsome stranger arrived in the village, and Sedna had never seen anyone like him. The stranger asked Sedna to be his wife, and he promised her that he would provide a good home for her. He said she would never be hungry if she went away with him, and Sedna thought he would make a much better husband than any of the men in the village. And so she agreed, and her father was very, very happy. What do you think? Is it going to be a happy ending or a sad ending?
Happy.
Happy ending? What do you think?
Yeah.
Happy? Okay. So Sedna and her new husband traveled across to a sea island, and their boat neared the island. Sedna could not believe her eyes. Her husband's home was a nest. Why do you think it was a nest?
I don't know.
Any idea?
Because he's a bird.
He's a bird! Very good, Evelyn. Her husband's home was a nest. It was nothing but moss and sticks. How could she live in such a place? And then suddenly, her husband changed from a handsome man into a bird. In some stories, it's a raven, and some it's a different kind of bird. The bird had tricked Sedna. He could not bring Sedna meat and furs. He could only catch fish. Oh, are you going to be a bird now?
No.
Oh, okay. Let's get over now. The bird forced Sedna to live in the nest and eat the fish she caught. Sedna was extremely unhappy. She was hungry for meat and she missed her comfortable home. She hated her bird husband. She cried every day for her father to come and rescue her. The wind carried Sedna's cries to her father. He got in his kayak and he paddled across the sea. Sedna was overjoyed to see him, and quickly she got into the kayak. Sedna and her father hurriedly paddled away from the bird's island before the bird could return. Oh, Keegan.
I'm the bird.
Oh, you're the bird? Okay. They paddled away from the bird's island before the bird could return from fishing, but the bird returned early, furious to see.
I'm the bird, though.
But no one can see you. They just see a head passing by.
Oh.
Sedna Sedna's father, furious to see his wife leaving, he flew across the sea and chased Sedna and her father. Sedna's father hit the bird's wings with his paddle. That made the bird even angrier. He flapped his wings and a terrible storm began. The winds blew and waves crashed against the sides of the kayak. Sedna and her father became frightened. They tried desperately to hang on as the kayak rolled from side to side. Sedna's father grew frantic. He had to find a way to stop the storm or they would both drown. He knew that the bird was angry that Sedna had tried to run away. So he decided to offer his daughter as a sacrifice to the sea gods. In a flash, Sedna's father threw her overboard. Desperately, Sedna tried to hold on to the kayak. Sedna's father thought the storm would only stop if Sedna drowned. So he got his little axe, and he cut off her fingers with his, this one says paddle. In other stories, it's an axe. Keegan, don't touch the camera. The fingers, they fell into the ocean. And they became seals and other marine life. Still, Sedna tried to hold on the edge of the boat with what was left with her hands. And again, her father beat her off with his sharp paddle. And Sedna's hands, too, fell into the icy water. And they became whales. Finally, Sedna let go, and she fell to the bottom of the sea. At once, the sea became calm, and the storm ended. And as she lay on the seabed, Sedna changed. She became the goddess of the sea. Since that time, people have never known the sea goddess how she will behave. Sometimes Sedna is kind, and she allows the sea to provide animals for people. However, when Sedna is angry, she makes the sea angry too. And then she keeps the animals from people and causes great storms instead. That's the end. So this is the origin story of how sea mammals came to be. So before Sedna, there was only fish. And her fingers and her hands were the creation of all of the sea mammals that populate the earth and feed the Inuit people. So what are your thoughts? Did you like the story? Was it too scary?
No. I just guessed all of them in my mind, and I was right.
You knew the story in your head?
I liked it, but Keegan, stop. But not everyone believes that this is true. In Greek mythology, some people think Poseidon makes the storms, not Sedna.
Hey, Keegan, enough, baby. Yes, that's right. In Greek mythology, they believe that storms are created by the
Keegan,
sea god.
stop.
Okay, honey, come over here. No more. Honey.
I just want to walk.
Okay, but you're blocking the camera. But different people have different mythologies. So they have different beliefs about how things came to be and why things happen. And this is, the Inuits live in a very, very, very cold place north of everything, right? They live in Canada and Greenland and in a very icy places. So this is their story, right? Mm-hmm. Did you like it or no?
Yeah, I liked it.
So we want to hear from you. We want to hear what your thoughts are. Had you heard the story before? What creation myth have you heard about the sea creatures? Or what sea goddesses or gods have you heard about? Type down in your comments and let us know what your thoughts are. And thank you so much for listening to Fairy Tale Flip Storytelling Time. And make sure to tune in this week when we talk about all the history and the context and all the connections that we can make to other mythologies with this story. So thanks so much. All right, Keegan, press stop.
The red button.
Press the red button.